Glamps in the matrix. Your life turning flipping pages. All the real talent behind them cages.
And we're back for another one. Thank you guys for tuning back in with us. This is going to be week 10 free picks brought to you by Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Thank you to our sponsors at TeamSpadesPoker.com and GilbertYoungArt.com. Make sure you go out there and get your Coronatizer Sani solution today. So last week was epic, our best week up to date. We only missed one game. That New Orleans Saints game, that Monday night game, really cost us our perfect parlay. Andy Dalton, complete clown. I can't believe people are still paying this guy to represent their football team. He consistently makes horrible plays every time he touches the ball. So, needless to say, Baltimore Ravens are really contenders in the conference. Definitely, I would say front runners, maybe top 3 for the Super Bowl. You know, Lamar Jackson playing like an MVP. Couldn't get the Monday night game done. Lost straight up. So, that's a short list of losses for this week. So we're going to jump into week 10. We got a 13-game schedule, kicking it off Thursday night with Falcons at the Panthers. There's no reason why the Falcons can't win this game, but I'm sure they will. Carolina is undecided in their quarterback position. Last game versus Cincinnati, their leading rusher had 23 yards rushing. So they're obviously not doing a lot of things great. Cordero Patterson is back for the Falcons, but Carolina wide receivers are very shallow. DJ Moore is even struggling. Marcus Mariota is looking mediocre. And without that offense, they're going to have to force some turnovers. So it's very possible Atlanta can win this game. It's going to be a tough pick. Both teams are allowing 25 points per game, but Atlanta was within a touchdown in 4 of their last 5 games. So they've been close, but they just managed to make the one play at the wrong time, lose the game. This game, we're going to take Atlanta money line and just look forward to seeing how they can screw this up. After that, we're going into Seattle Seahawks 6-3, going to 4-5 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay still got a pretty good passing offense. Seattle's offense is really clicking right now. The wide receiver core is healthy, and their running backs core is extraordinarily good. And Seattle's averaging 133 rushing yards per game. Walker III is having a Pro Bowl type season. Obviously, Tyler Lockett and Metcalf are going to be playing. Tampa Bay defense is only allowing 18 points per game, so it's going to be tough, but they're also only producing 60 rushing yards per game, so they're still not running the ball well, still can't get Fournette involved. Mike Evans and Russell Gage, both questionable. So we're going to take Seattle as underdogs, get the +2 points. It's actually moved up to +2.5, so it'll probably be +3 by game time. Definitely take it +3. After that, we got a toss-up. It's going to be Minnesota or Buffalo. I got to pick one for the complete parlay. So we're going to take. It depends on obviously if Josh Allen plays. He's questionable right now. Vikings have a great offense. I think they outmatch them in every offensive position. Maybe even Stephon Diggs is about as good as Justin Jefferson. But we've seen that Buffalo's beatable. You know, we've seen that people can slow down that offense and that Josh Allen can make mistakes. We're going to take Minnesota in this game. It is currently at +3.5. It actually opened up at +6. So that's a tough pick. We're going to take Minnesota for the upset on the road. That's going to be a tough one. After that, we have Detroit Lions going to the Bears. Detroit Lions are 2-6 on the year. Bears are going to be giving up 3 points in this game. Of course, Justin Fields had a remarkable performance last week. And I think that momentum will carry over, obviously not to the same level, but Detroit's running backs are both healthy, and they're 2 very good running backs. Bears cornerbacks, they have 3 of them that are questionable, so the secondary might be struggling a little bit. Detroit's allowing 29 points per game still, so we're going to have to flip that. We're going to take Chicago -3. I expect that 29 points per game to come into play. I think Mooney and Khalil Herbert, their rookie running back, are playing really well right now. That they somehow come out here and force some turnovers, and maybe Fields has a little bit above average day, and they get this done. So we're going to be taking the Bears minus. We're going to take the money line, Bears money line. After that, we got Tennessee Titans. Nobody's trying to win more than the Tennessee Titans, but they just can't get it done. They're sitting at 5-3 right now, which is not a bad place to be sitting at home with Denver coming to town. Obviously, Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing yards. He's got 9 touchdowns in a year. Titans are a very competitive team. They got great coaching. It really is up to Tannehill. Step it up. Definitely control the ball, protect the ball more. And I don't see why they can't get this done. Definitely take Tennessee money line at home. I expect the Broncos to come in and make some mistakes. They do have that great pass rush, so it's tough to give up the 3. It's actually a really tough game to pick in general. I think Russell Wilson is still trying to get into form, but obviously Jerry Jeudy. But that rushing game in Denver is what's going to hurt him. You know, you shut down Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton, make Russell Wilson have to make plays on his feet, and you can beat him. So we're taking Tennessee money line. After that, Kansas City Chiefs. Best offense in football, giving up 10 points. We're going to give up the 10 points. Jacksonville has no offense. Sometimes their running back looks good, but Pat Mahomes' 21 touchdowns on the season is exceptional. Mecole Hardman's going to be questionable. Trevor Lawrence is still making a lot of mistakes. Both teams are allowing over 250 yards passing per game, so both of those secondaries are giving up passing yards. But Kansas City producing 325 passing yards is just a game changer. One of the league leaders in passing yards. They get the ball done in the air. So we're going to take Kansas City. I expect them to jump out early, add on to it a little bit, and stay ahead and cover that 10. After that, we got Miami. Tua and his wide receivers are going to be playing. It's an upset game. Cleveland's won 1 out of the last 5 games. Miami's actually on a 3-game win streak. Miami has way too many offensive weapons. And Cleveland's, they got a good pass rush, great running game. Browns actually have a better record. But the Browns are actually better than their record shows, I should say. And with it being at home in Miami, Cleveland running game good. Miami down 3 tight ends. Obviously, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are top 10 wide receivers. Miami's scoring 300 yards passing per game. So clearly Miami has a great offense. Playing at home, we're going to take Miami money line. I expect a big performance from Nick Chubb. Tua will probably get sacked a few times. And Amari Cooper will have 100 yards and a touchdown. But after that, we have the New York Giants at home. Houston's obviously one of the worst teams in the league. They're 1-6-1. Luckily got that tie. They're allowing 230 passing yards per game and 180 rushing yards per game. The 180 rushing yards per game allowed is like they're just not even trying. They're only scoring 16 points per game, so their offense isn't doing anything either. And New York Giants are only allowing 19 points, so New York Giants has a great defense. Obviously, Shepard and Galladay are going to be injured. But coming off of that bye week, I think it really helps New York with 6-2 record, 3-1 at home. I guarantee New York comes in and gets this done. I don't know why the spread's so small, but we're going to have to money line it. It's 4.5, which is a little bit too much to money line normally, but it's a little suspicious too. Houston's terrible. So after that, we're going to New Orleans, going to Pittsburgh. We saw how bad New Orleans is. Andy Dalton, obviously, a clown. Steelers overall look terrible, but for this game, it depends on if Dalton's playing or not. I never thought I wanted to see Jameis Winston come back, but anybody but Andy Dalton, man. Pittsburgh's only scoring 15 points per game and only producing 94 rushing yards, which is not great offensively at all. New Orleans wide receivers are hurt. The rookie Olave looked great on Monday night, but Lattimore and Landry are both going to be out for New Orleans, so missing a few key pieces. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this game. Two bad teams play each other. Take the one who's at home. I expect Kamara to have a good game. Maybe Najee Harris kind of balances it out. So we're taking Pittsburgh money line. After that, Indianapolis Colts off of a brand new coaching change, going to 2-6 Raiders. Somehow the Raiders keep losing, man. They look good during the games, but by the end they just crumble. Teams after firing a coach usually win. They're going to have to shut down Devontae Adams, who's had an exceptional season, but Indy's not running the ball. Indy's not running the ball well at all. Jonathan Taylor dealing with injuries all year. Deion Jackson may not play. Mo Alley Cox, tight end, might be out. Matt Ryan's questionable. I don't know if that makes a difference, but Indianapolis Colts producing 14 points per game, unacceptable. They're allowing 20, But Oklahoma Raiders are allowing 25, which is way too high. Keenan Cole and Hunter Renfrow will not be playing, so that's 2 of his offensive weapons. And obviously, Darren Waller not playing at all. Oakland allowing 208 passing yards per game. is actually a bright spot. So they're actually pretty good at shutting down the pass game. So we're going to take Indianapolis plus the 7 points. That many points against a bad team is really too much to pass on. It's actually moved down to 5 at this point. So take Indianapolis plus points. Next game is going to be the Rams. We got the Rams here going up against Arizona. Of course, Rams at home. Both teams 3 wins on the year. Cardinals allowing a lot of points. Rams are only scoring 16 points per game, 68 rushing yards, which is not very good offensively. Obviously, Kyler Murray needs some help. They seem to be pretty well stacked. But Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford thing is just really slow this year. I think it's a little bit played out. Everybody's expecting it. Arizona has 2 defensive ends questionable. The Rams defense is only allowing 98 yards rushing per game. So, I don't know. It's a tough pick. We're gonna take the Rams at home. I know Kupp will get his plays, so maybe that'll be enough. Arizona allowed 267 passing yards per game, so I assume Kupp will have a monster day. So we're gonna take the Rams. Right now they're minus 1.5. We'll money line it. After that, we got a big game. Chargers going to the 49ers. 5-3 Chargers are going to the 4-4 San Francisco 49ers. Right now the 49ers are giving up 7, which seems like a lot when you're going up against the best running back in the league, Austin Eckler. 49ers have a great defense, allowing 86 rushing yards per game, which should slow down a good running back, but Eckler does most of his damage in the passing game. So I don't think that'll be effective. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both out. Justin Herbert's been struggling without them. 49ers, 18 points per game allowed on D is really going to be something to see, especially when you're giving up 7 points. So you see how the math works there. Washington plus 11 is going to be the Monday night game, going up against the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. It's a big spread. Washington's pretty bad, but they do have 4 wins on the year, so they're getting moneyline W's done. So it's kind of hard to tell. Heineke's obviously much better than Carson Wentz. Philly's going to be trying to keep these games close, keep the streak alive. Obviously, McKissick and Dotson are both going to be out. Washington scoring 17 points per game. I don't know how they managed to win 4 games. Philly's only allowing 17, but they're scoring 28. Washington's actually won 3 out of their last 5, so we're going to take Washington plus the 11. It's hard to go undefeated, but thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Tune in next week. Last week we missed 1 game. We're going for the perfecto this week. It's going to be hard to do, but let me know what you guys think about any of these picks, anything you might change, and I'll see you next week for week 11.